Hi guys, it's Fat Petrolhead here, and today we are gonna discuss Prince engine, which you can find in almost any model of Peugeot and Citroen, and also in small BMWs and Minis until 2016. This engine is well known for being extremely unreliable. Timing chain has a very low resource and sometimes need replacement until the mileage of 60,000 kilometers. Oil consumption sometimes starts from the car being new, and of course all these issues and many more issues with this engine can lead to serious problems. But surprisingly, this engine that was firstly presented in 2006 is still in production. How is it even possible? I mean, if on any forum you can find information about this engine that it is not worth buying, why would people still buy cars with this engine installed? There should be always a reason for that, and today we are going to find an answer. The Prince engine was engineered in cooperation of two companies, Peugeot Citroen and BMW. So, why these two companies? BMW at that time was well known and had a great competence in engineering very efficient engines. Those that was at the same time very fuel efficient and also had a great power output. But what else do we need if we are going to make a very widespread engine for compact cars? Yes, of course, low production costs, and that is a territory of Peugeot and Citroen. And they succeeded. The Prince engine that was presented in 2006 had a very impressive characteristics. 95 horsepower from 1.4 naturally aspirated version and up to 175 horsepower when the engine was firstly presented with 1.6 turbocharged version. However, as you probably know, that wasn't even close to maximum output of the Prince engine, because in Peugeot RCZ-R it developed 270 horsepower from the 1.6 turbocharged version. It is even almost impossible to imagine nowadays such efficiency from the stock car that had a warranty and also met all emission requirements. Okay, RCZ-R is an exclusive and low production number car. However, the Prince engine was also installed in Peugeot 5008, which is quite a heavy car, and it was there for 2 generations. To add more, the Prince engine was the most awarded engine in the history. 8 consecutive awards, International Engine of the Year. But all these awards should mean something, right? Yes and no. The thing is that all these awards are based on journalist opinions about the car or engine when it was absolutely new. And as we already discussed, the Prince engine was brilliant on paper and of course during the test drive of a new car. And if you are a professional journalist, or in that case maybe a judge, even if you knew about this engine being unreliable, if you evaluate only this engine efficiency, you couldn't blame the Prince engine. And guess what? It was absolutely enough for potential buyers, especially for those who considered buying Peugeot or Citroen models with this engine, because BMW, as we know, discontinued this engine in 2016. Probably potential buyers of BMWs and Minis were more into cars. And yes, of course, you have a warranty for a new car. However, there is always a resale value. And the resale value of the car with Prince engine was always lower. It is obvious even now. Just compare any model of Peugeot with the Prince engine and with their brilliant, or at least very good, diesel engines. But was the Prince engine really bad? It is hard to say. Yes, there were a lot of problems with these engines, especially in first generations. However, all technologies were improving. And I know several owners of the cars with the Prince engine that had no issues with the car until the mileage about 100,000 kilometers. However, I have never seen the Prince engine with a mileage around 200,000 kilometers with no issues, if it wasn't rebuilt, of course. But also, I believe that we cannot judge the Prince engine without the context. And if we have a look, for example, at Volkswagen engines 1.4 TSI and 1.8 TSI, they were also very problematic from the beginning. And to be honest, the same thing we can say about any high-efficiency engine of this time. With these engines, car manufacturers started a new era of downsizing. And of course, as any new era, it has a lot of disadvantages. However, I believe that it also brings us a lot of benefits, but that's a completely different story that I'm sure we will discuss later on this channel. So make sure you are subscribed. If you enjoyed this video, please press the like button, and thank you. See you soon. Alright, now if you click one of these two videos, I hope you will enjoy them as well.